Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Daniel Hedlock from Tasty Minstrel Games.
Hello!
Look at
that, I'm excited.
By Reiner Stockhausen. Originally self-published through DLP Games. Now you are bringing out a new edition.
Yep, this will be hitting our warehouse on the 18th, so just like in a week and a half.
Of March.
And and it's got a street date of April 4th.
2018. All right, coming soon.
Yep.
Maybe get an overview here. Brief explanation of what Bohemian Villages are.
All right. So one of the things that I absolutely love about this hobby is the plethora of things that we get to learn about that maybe seem to be unrelated to the actual board games themselves because of what the board games choose to cover. Bohemian Villages is a term where in Germany, if they were to say this is all like Bohemian Villages to me, it originated from where the Bohemians were moving into various villages in Germany and they didn't speak the language. And so they would go to a village that had a lot of these Bohemians living within the villages and they wouldn't understand what's going on. And so that term got coined. In the U.S. we might say it's all Greek to me, or I don't understand what's going on. But so we're simulating the Bohemians moving into the various different villages in Germany in this game, and we're trying to occupy the different villages. The game itself is actually very easy to understand, even though the term is about not being able to understand.
All right.
So, yeah. All we're going to do on our turn is we're going to roll these 4 dice. Okay. We just shake these up, we drop them, and we've got a bunch of different options here. Okay.
This is just for you or for everybody?
Every turn, this is what's going to happen. So I'm going to use these 4 dice on my turn. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I can choose any 2 or more of these as a combination for where I'm going to place my workers within this village or within these villages. So I've got 2 1s, a 4, and a 3 here. I could make a 7, and a 2. I could choose to make an 8. I could choose to make a 9. I could do a 5 and just throw away my 4. You could never use a single die by itself, but any other combination is totally fine. So if I were to go ahead and do the 7 and 2, then I'm going to use these to place workers on a 2, which is the bakery, and on a 7, which is, no, it's the 10. I'm looking at the points here. A 7, which is the glass shop. In doing that, I'm going to take a glass token, and that will come to me, and then that's my turn. It would be your turn to roll the dice. I get nothing when I place there. Right. And so we do this back and forth. The villages are going to fill up, and each of these buildings triggers and interacts in different ways. Okay? I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
Awesome. Okay. So the 2 through 5 are the in-game scorings. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. If I just have one of these buildings, then I only get 1 gold at the end. If I've got 3, then I get 12. And if I'm on all 4, then I get 20. Okay. The flour mill and the glass factory, they operate in a very similar fashion. The flour mill, I'm going to collect these flour bags. And the glass, I'm going to collect these glasses. Goblets. And with these are piece limited based upon how many of these villages are out here. So like here we would have a very glass heavy game because of all the 7s that are out there. But these are all double-sided, and so the makeup of what's going to be included in the game is going to be different from time to time. Different player counts, you're going to remove some different tiles as well. So the competition becomes tight and fierce, right? And so with these, as soon as the last one is scored, then you'll count the glass tokens that you have in front of you. You return them to the pool. All of those workers come off the board, and you get 3 gold for every glass token that you're turning back in, or 2 gold for every grain bag that you're turning back in, or flour bag.
And then you can put more.
And then those workers come back and they cycle through.
All right.
Okay. And that becomes important because the end of the game is triggered as soon as on the beginning of your turn, you don't have any workers. So having things that are out permanently or having things that are functioning and flipping back and forth into you, they're going to affect the end of the game timing as well. The farms, they produce whenever you go on them. So if I put a guy on a farm and it's my first time, I'm going to get a single gold from the bank here, and that's done. Right? If I go again to another farm, then both farms are going to produce, and I'll collect 2 gold. And so that will ramp up as we build on and continue and go. The inns, you're going to collect these tokens here. Now, if I go into an inn in an empty village, he's not going to make any money because he's got no customers. And so you need the village to have 3 additional workers there, and then this token will go from inactive to active. And when I have this active end token, now at the beginning of every single one of my turns, I'm going to be collecting a gold.
Okay.
The rules do specifically state that you have to remember to collect that before you roll the dice. And if you don't, tough luck. Right. So the end tokens, they are location specific, and that's important because as the villages start to build up, and so once all the ends are occupied, you can actually start bumping people off and stealing things and integrating with or interacting on the board that way.
All right. I didn't know if you were just out of luck.
No, yeah. So you're being able to do that, but again, you have to wait for all those locations to fill up on the board before you do so. And then with the we've done in town halls. You need to, the town hall is on every single card here, and you have to be in one town hall by the end of the game, or you lose 5 points. Okay. But the town hall doesn't grant you any scoring when you first go there, and in order for you to get the gold at the end of the game, every single other building needs to be occupied. Now this can get really tricky with the glass and the flower mill, those ones coming back off, and so timing that can be very important and very tricky. And so the fuller the villages are, the more valuable those spots are because the harder it is to do that. Okay. The churches are an area majority scoring at the end of the game, and they have no intrinsic value by themselves during the game. However, there is this bishop token that you can get here. And the bishop token you can get by exchanging 2 doubles as your action instead of placing a guy, and you can score that. There's only one in the game, and so as this is being fought for, it's going to change hands. And when you have the bishop's token, at the beginning of your turn, you're going to collect 1 gold for every church that you're occupying as well. Okay. The final location here is the manor, and the manor is when you roll a 12, you can go there, and you're just going to collect the gold right away. And once you're there, you stay there. You can't steal that particular spot. And it's a place to help you get your guys permanently out of your queue. Get some money for that.
All right.
So that's the game.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
We have some extra guys on the side. Is that just based on player count?
It's based on player count. Yeah. So you would use either 10 or 13, and that's in the rules there. And you would you go until again at the beginning of your turn, all the guys are gone.
All right. Very straightforward.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel.
You're welcome.
Bohemian Villages.
Boom! What? So fun.